Hi, welcome to Two Lacquered Ladies, the podcast about nail polish and nail art by the ladies who stream it. I'm Stephanie, aka Fanatic, here on every social media platform that matters. I'm an unprofessional nail artist, and I like to make fan art on my nails.
Howdy, my name is Danny, and you can find me as Danny Shout online. I'm a science educator by day and a nail art hobbyist by night. On stream, I like to create scenes with themes on my nails.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome the frick back to Two Lacquered Ladies.
Yay! Hi. Hi. It's been a minute.
Hi.
Just gonna waltz right back into your life as if nothing happened.
Yeah, we're gonna be like, hey, what's up? Hey, girl.
Yeah. This is your midnight text. This is your, hey, what are you doing? You up?
Yeah, exactly. You up? We're here for a booty call. We won't make excuses, except we will. The entire episode is going to be.
Yeah, that's the theme today is, I swear there's a good reason.
Where the heck have we been? What have we been doing? And how have we been doing is the theme of today. But first, before we get into all that, probably happy the week after Pride, everybody.
The week of Wrath has begun.
Yes. Wrath Month is here. But we are here to celebrate all we have accomplished for Pride Month, because even though we haven't been podcasting and I haven't released a video in a year, although Danny's been releasing videos. Danny's been doing the thing.
A little bit, yeah.
We did celebrate Pride, and we had an even more successful Pride Month than we did last year, where we raised $1,000 for Equality Florida, which I do want to update about Equality Florida. Every single statewide anti-LGBTQ plus measure that was introduced in Florida since last Pride was not passed. Yes. So if you're wondering if donating to these organizations actually helps, yeah, it really can.
It doesn't matter if you donate just $1 or like one of our fantastic anonymous donors, $500, whatever you can give, it is helping, and we do appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely. And like Danny said, so on this last Friday, I was getting ready for stream, and I got like a little message that somebody wanted to donate anonymously, and they were trying to figure out how to donate anonymously. And we had raised a little over $500, or just $500. No, just $500, because Our Lady of Perpetual Lacquer got us right up to $500. And of course, we were so excited. Last year, I was matching the $500 if we reached 500. This year, lots going on, and I was just like, I can't commit to that. But I logged into Twitch and looked at our little charity widget, and I literally had to do a double take, because suddenly our 500 was 1,000.
It's amazing.
And yeah, it was incredible. So we just had this little angel matcher come in and match it up. Oh my goodness. And then after bingo last night, so far we're still open until the absolute, I mean, I guess today's the 30th, but pretty much until Friday, till I get back on stream again. But we are at $1,169.69.
Hell yeah. Nice. That was really fun. Yeah, bingo night, it became a little bit of a game to donate and keep the numbers funny.
Yes.
And in fact, when we got on to record, it was actually at $1,167.69. And I was like, Steph, we got to fix that.
Yeah. I was like, don't worry. I'm getting in there. So yeah, we were up to the 60.
Yes, that was awesome. Such a good bingo night. So many supportive, amazing members of the community. We had new people coming in and just matching the vibe perfectly. So that was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a beautiful night. We had a wonderful polish pickup rewind. By the time that this comes out, it's going, I don't think you're going to be able to get anything that was there. But Grandpa's Garden was back. That's amazing. Wait, Monarch Lacquer said they were bringing back Truth or Dare, but that's not the polish that was there last night.
No, it's not. So I wonder if it's going to be on their website. I noticed that only a few brands mentioned what they're going to be bringing back on their website. So for those of you who don't know, in previous years for Rewind, which is just how it sounds, polish makers bring back a old polish, sometimes voted through their Facebook groups, sometimes just whatever the maker feels like bringing back. But normally they bring back one for the Polish Pickup website itself and one on their individual websites. So some of them mentioned a second polish and a lot of them didn't. So I don't know what's going on with that.
So yeah, if there's a polish that you well, I don't know why I'm telling people this now, but be sure to check your favorite makers' websites and see if they have something right now. Because I think a lot of them actually have something available the entire month.
Definitely longer than the Polish Pickup website is open. The individual websites will have polishes available through most of July.
Yeah. But yeah, it was an excellent Pride Month, and we raised more than we did last year. And it's just, it was all our amazing listeners, all our amazing viewers, and these times more than ever, I am just so incredibly grateful for this community. It's, we're just a tiny little community, and yet there is so much love, there's so much support, and thank you all. Thank you all so much.
No, it really is amazing. Thank you so much. So we were gone for a little bit, kind of unexpectedly. I went ahead and listened to our last published episode because we did try to record a few times since then. And last time we released an episode, you were really excited about the Terror, and you're still really excited about the Terror, and you have some fantastic nail art about it. But we were also really excited about the Orly 1970s Color Pass, and we were praising it and loving on it and just having a great time. Ooh boy, did that age like milk.
Yeah, it was. We have a lost episode where we talked about many things.
It was going to be called Hold My Butterbeer, by the way.
It was going to be called Hold My Butterbeer. It was a good episode title. It was great. Yeah, so early release, the 1970s collection, it was so cool, and it really, really was. And then they were like, by the way, we're partnering with Harry Potter and releasing a butterbeer collection.
Which, yeah. So starting off, just talking about the collection itself, it was one weird polish, like a funky topper, and then like a body spray and a lotion that were all like scented for butterbeer. So it wasn't even a proper nail polish collection. I don't know why Orly was part of this / like putting this out. It's like, you're a nail polish company. I don't really think of Orly as like an all body products thing. It was just weird. It was super weird.
Yeah, it's like of course I don't want them to do it.
Yeah.
And also, was this worth it?
Right.
Was this worth it for you?
Yeah, that's the big question. It's like all this drama about it, justified upsetness from the consumers for a body spray, some lotion, and a topper. Like,
yeah, and to add insult to injury, the vast majority of people who wrote in who said that they wanted refunds for at least a prorated refund for their color passes that haven't been delivered yet, the vast majority of us were left on red on the emails, or I don't know, not seen or whatever.
I got a response, but it just said that they will cancel my renewal. So I got the 1980s color pass since then, and I think I will probably get one more. Admittedly, that means that the boxes will spell ORL, and I don't think I'll get the Y, and I don't know if that will drive me crazy or not. But it doesn't matter. They at least canceled the renewal. But yeah, they trying to get a prorated refund on the color passes for the rest of your subscription, however, whenever you signed up. It seems to be really, really difficult. I think we only heard of one person who successfully got that.
Yeah, we know of one person who successfully got that, and they like called and it continued to be like, no, I want this. No, I want this. No, I want this. And like, I want to call and do that. It's just like, there's so much stuff that like I personally need to do. And like, it keeps getting thrown to like the bottom of the list.
Yeah, because when it's all said and done, it is a low priority. It's just really frustrating that it's such an ordeal to get what you want as a consumer. You know, we put our trust in this company and it was betrayed. For those of you who are kind of confused about why this is such a big deal, the money that Harry Potter generates directly benefits J.K. Rowling financially, and she turns around and uses that money to cause harm. She funds different organizations that are pushing for laws to make the lives of trans people harder at a minimum and erased from society at an extreme. So this does do actual harm. If she was just a hater, if she was just tweeting her tweets, X's now, whatever. You know, if it was just a matter of an old man yelling at the sky, not great, still harmful, don't want to support that. But I would take that over the actual financial harm that she's doing. She is using her money for evil.
And her money is working because in the UK, the Supreme Court has ruled that trans women are no longer able to identify legally as women. And in response to this ruling, J.K. Rowling posted a picture of herself on a yacht, smoking a cigar, drinking whiskey, with the caption, "Love it when a plan comes together." So if you think that that's a person who is respecting trans rights and not just out there to cause harm to these people, to many of the people we love and the people who are in our specific community, because like this nail polish community, the Two Lacquered Ladies community, the Fanaticure community, the Danny Shout community is a majority queer community. That is our audience. Those are our people. And she is causing harm to that. So especially us, we're not going to be caught dead wearing this. Yeah. We, of course, have our stuff we already own. You know, it's absolutely wasteful to throw out the stuff you already have and not use it. Yeah. And tragically, Orly had really good stuff.
Yeah, that's the biggest, like, upsetness. So listening to that previous episode, we loved Orly. We absolutely loved Orly. And, you know, I actually forgot to look it up. I don't think they released anything for Pride this year. So I don't know what's going on at Orly, but they used to be a very trusted nail polish company in our eyes. And as influencers, I hate to say that word, but I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we were doing. You know, we were promoting them free of charge.
Yeah.
We even said in our last episode, like, we're not sponsored, but we should be. And that's the age like milk part. But we didn't know. No one knew what was coming. And I would never expect it. So we have lost trust in a company that we had placed our trust in. And honestly, there have been little incidences throughout the indie nail polish communities as well. And so Steph and I have been saying this for a while. We are no longer influencers. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't listen to us about don't worry about what we're buying, because I'm not trying to promote any of it. I'm just using what I've got. And there are a few companies that we can 100% say are supportive of the queer communities and loving and good people, and that is Plus Life Lacquer and Glisten and Glow. You can buy from those two companies.
Those are the companies that we'll shill for.
Yeah, those two, they're good because we personally know them, talk to them, and know they're good people. But yeah, everybody else, nope.
Yeah, we're not influencers anymore. We're just two ladies / kind of ladies on the internet.
We're two lacquered people.
We're two lacquered humans.
Yeah.
We promise we love breathing air and walking on our leg. And we like to paint our nails. And yeah, this no more of this, especially if we're not getting paid for it. Shoot.
Oh yeah, that was dumb. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys, that it broke our hearts, and that
Yeah.
is probably the biggest reason we took a break from the podcast suddenly and without announcement. Sorry about that. We didn't mean to ghost you, but we were just
Yeah.
literally heartbroken and frustrated. And I honestly stopped painting my nails for quite a while. Most of spring, I would do a few manis a month, but not anything near what I was normally doing. So I just lost my mojo, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I was still streaming most Fridays, and so I would do my nails on that day, but I wasn't doing anything in between. And honestly, coming in and doing nails, it was way more just about catching up
Yeah.
with the community. And it still really is, honestly, but I'm finally starting to get my love of doing my nail art back again. Finally, and I think a lot of that is I have been getting involved with a lot of local activism groups. If you go onto my Discord, you can my Discord. Well, yeah, my Discord, but if you go on to my Instagram, you can see I often post where I'm going to be. And if you're in the Orange County area, and I post that I'm going to be somewhere, that is an invitation for you to come and say hi to me, and also come out and just like show up and be there. I love making signs. My spouse and I have these really cool printers we've had for the entire time we've been together. And so we've been making a lot of signs. So if you want one of my cool signs I made, I have one that says, "Without due process, it's kidnapping." I have a Clueless themed one that says, "It does not say RSVP on the Statue of Liberty." I have a 90s themed one. Now that's what I call fascism.
I love that
and
one.
Yeah, that's right. X Tina is repping it right now. And I also have one, if you like The Big Lebowski. I love The Big Lebowski. It's just like the dude, and he's like, "This aggression will not stand, man."
Yeah. I've only seen The Big Lebowski once. I'd like to rewatch that with you at some point.
I really want to rewatch it with the Discord group because it is just like, it's so quotable. It's so stupid and fun, but in a really smart way. And it's just, I love it. I love The Big Lebowski. I didn't watch it till I was in college, and I've loved it ever since. And it's very LA culture, and I'm not like extremely LA because I'm from Orange County, but I do love the California culture. The dude is very California culture, and I love him for that. But yeah, so if you come out, I'll give you a sign, and you can come and express your First Amendment rights to say that the things happening in our country are not okay with you. And that's what I've been doing. I'm also involved with a group called CSO OC, and they're just like a grassroots organization that's really working directly to deal with immigration issues. We're trying to get ICE out of the courts right now. We're trying to move immigration hearings online because judges do have the power to do that. And that's true. That's federal judges. So you can write the judges in your own area and say, "Hey, I'd really appreciate it if you move all of your immigration hearings online, because how is it fair for someone to show up for their immigration hearing and then get carted away without any of their belongings, without being able to, set up care for their children, without being able to set up care for their pets, without being able to like notify their landlords, notify their jobs. No, they're just whisked away, when they were just trying to, quote, do it the right way. And it's kidnapping in my opinion. And that is my soapbox. But I'm also getting involved with 50501, the OC branch. 50501 is the people who did the No Kings rallies all across the United States. And I'm hoping to become one of their little hosts that, hosts these events. And I'm really excited because, as you probably imagine, that's something I love to do.
Yeah. No, I'm so proud of you. I've told you this off camera, off recording plenty of times, but I just want to say on record, I'm incredibly proud of you and the work you've been doing. Thank you.
Thank you. And I know that Danny has done a lot of good work in just making children that she teaches feel validated, making them feel safe.
Yeah.
And I was telling Danny right before we started, Hubs and I, we do not have children. we can go out there and we can be public and we can, you know, do all this stuff. And at the end of the day, other people will not suffer for our risks. And that's not everybody. Not everybody can go out and do that. But there are things that you can do in your everyday life, even if you can't be out there like on the quote front lines, that can be helpful. And that can be as simple as just letting the people in your life know that you support their right to exist. Like some people just think they're alone.
Yeah. Just letting them know, like, I see you. I see you and you are welcome in my life and I'm happy you're here. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've been talking on streams about, like, I have a lot of new, like, activism shirts. I'm wearing one right now that's the trans flag that says, if this flag offends you, I'll help you pack.
Yes.
And I think that humor and just outward shows of support are just huge. And, you know, I know some people who have seen me wear these shirts and have come up to me and be like, I feel better knowing that you're wearing that. And then I saw this random person come up and say that they liked your shirt. I've had a lot of like dude bros come up to me when I'm wearing like trans shirts being like, hey, I love your shirt. And like the power of somebody who you might not even know, who might not even be out, who sees that exchange, who sees a person first, you know, celebrating their right to exist, and then another person that they wouldn't expect come up and say, hey, I also believe that. That can just be a moment that can just like change their day, change their life, just really make their outlook on life so much better. So tiny things can make a huge difference. And if you can do a tiny thing, I think you should do it.
Yeah. Just paint your nails some pride colors, you know? That's, if you don't want to buy a whole t-shirt, you don't have to. You can literally just paint your nails some pride colors. We've been doing some fantastic pride manis this month. Always a big shout out to Accolade Nails, to our friend Jeremy, who does a pride flag series every year. I didn't know there were so many flags. I'm so educated after reading his post. It's amazing. Yes. He talked a little bit about getting into a debate online with some gatekeeping people who were like, that's too many flags. Like, shush.
Yeah. It was after I said in my stream, like, it's too many flags.
I 100% think it's too many flags, but that's okay. You know what I mean? It's not a bad thing.
That's just our, like, opinion, man. We're not here to fight with anybody.
Exactly.
What I do actually is I just, so I have a hat that I wear everywhere. It's really funny. If you come see me at one of these protests or anything, as y'all know, I'm goth and I'm an indoor cat. And I literally, because I got a farmer's tan on the middle of my hand, because I was wearing this like long sleeve all the way up to the middle of my hand with like little thumb holes, sun shirt, and got the farmer's tan in the middle of my hand. I now also wear fishing gloves that like my nails are like it's like 3/4 length gloves that go all the way up to my fingertips.
That's awesome.
So I'm literally covered head to toe. But I also wear this big sun hat. And I put on my pride pins on it. And so what I did was I did the progress flag and then my 2 other flags. So
I'm going to catch everybody. But also these are mine. This is for everybody.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we support every flag. We're just old and confused.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the fact that you and I still use "bye" as our kind of go-to, when really it should be "pan," and we're just like, huh?
What's happening?
What's that mean?
I felt this has happened to me a lot recently, not to brag, but like I was out at this pride event, tabling for CSOOC. And I've said like, oh, I'm not really down with like the lingo the kids use. I'm more in like the middle-aged women, whatever. And this young woman who was helping us that day was like, how old are you? And I was like, I guess I'm not exactly middle-aged. I'm 38. And she was like, I thought you were like 28. And I'm like, no.
I think we've talked about this before. Gen Z. I love you guys, but you're not aging great. And I don't know, millennials, I think it was that hose water we drank growing up, the copious amounts of Sunny D, whatever it is, we are preserved. And I think we're
The
aging a
Sunny
lot
D
better.
has pickled us,
Yeah.
and we're salty, but we're looking fresh, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've also heard, like, my sister before, like, you know, her kids have asked how old she is. And she told me, like, oh my God, you're as old as my mom, but my mom looks so much older than you. And my sister's like, well, I don't have kids.
That does make a big difference, I think.
It does make a big difference. So yeah, no, we love every pride flag. And Jeremy is really helping us learn all of these pride flags.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we love the MLM pride flag because
Oh
that's
my
just
God.
so hilarious.
Our friend Linry has also been doing a Pride Flag series, and I watched her MLM stream, and I didn't get the joke at first. She put an entire text conversation on her nail, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. But it said like, "Hi, hun," like not a scam or something, and I was like, "What? How is this? How is this gay? Like, what is this about?" MLM.
How is this gay?
Yeah, multi-level marketing. You know, they'll text you, "Hey, hon, do you want to lose some weight? Do you want to make some money? Blah, blah, blah." It took me way too long to get the joke. So when I finally got it, I was like, oh, that's so clever.
Hi, hun. Do you want to be your own gay boss?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, we all did. We started the month all doing fishing lure pride nails, which, oh my God, that was so much fun. And they came out so good. Like, everybody's looked amazing. You did not do fishing lures. Instead, you did starfish. Because you always got to be different.
Look, y'all. Look. Let me tell you what happened. I roll out of bed at the crack of 11. I get in my station and I'm like, what am I gonna do? Finally, I'm like, okay, it's Pride. Last year I did a bunch of my favorite queer couples. I'll choose a queer couple, and I'm gonna do that as my Pride Manny. And I like put up my thing. I'm like, I'm gonna do this queer couple, and then I get in there and everybody's like, gay fish, gay fish, gay fish, gay fish, and I'm like, what? What's happening? I hadn't seen Linry's stream. I'm not a Marines biologist. And so I'm just like, I don't know, gay metamfim, which is what we call starfish in our community.
I was pretty proud of the comments I left. I can't remember exactly how I worded it, but it was like, be gay, even if you miss, you'll land among the stars.
Yes! I missed it being gay that day, but I did land among the starfish. I did face plant into the ocean, and that's what I do best. But yeah, so I missed the memo on exactly how the gay fish were supposed to go. I didn't realize that there was like a theme, and I could have done the gay fishing lures, but I didn't. So how about that?
You know what? It's Pride, baby. You live your truth. You did eventually end up putting some of your favorite couples on your nails, like you have right now, your favorite male lesbians. Love to see it.
Yes. My favorite lesbian couple, which is Frances Crozier and James Fitzjames from The Terror. I actually have it right here. So it's so funny. I actually met somebody at Pride who was super, super cool. They were a drag king. And they were doing a drag story hour, and it was great. I was showing them some of my nails on my Instagram, and I like passed by the Entango Makes 3, and I didn't even think about it as I was saying it, but like they're like a drag story person, and they were like, oh my God, and I'm like, oh yeah, like you would know this, wouldn't you? I was talking to them, and I was explaining The Terror because I was wearing my lesbian flag, Frances Crozier and James Fitzjames, who are real British Imperial soldiers, sailors, and
if
soldiers.
There's one thing Tumblr is good at, it is just fanfictifying. I don't know what the right verbiage is there. Historical figures. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
And so I was telling them about this. I was like, oh, well, they're lesbians because, like, I don't know, Tumblr, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, is it kind of like Hamilton? And I was like, yes, you got it. And then I brought up, so I'll explain it briefly, but there is this like famous piece of art, which is like trans woman Thomas Jefferson wearing a Hatsune Miku binder, not trans woman, trans man, a Hatsune Miku binder who is a Vocaloid, an anime Vocaloid, if you don't know who that is.
Listen, the lore runs deep. If you don't know what we're talking about, it's okay. It's
okay. I'll try to put the picture in the description, but link to it, because like knowing Thomas Jefferson was a racist slave owner, and he's even presented that way in Hamilton. It's not like Hamilton like does misrepresent a lot of people, but like it's not like they shy away from that fact. It's like a part of the plot. But like somebody has him wearing like, say like God is a black woman, wearing a Hatsune Miku binder, and all the facts about this Thomas Jefferson, and it's just so incredibly out of touch, and it's hysterical.
No, the fan characterization of characters versus the actual characters, or in this case, historical figures. There's such a huge divide. I love it. The dichotomy is wonderful. I enjoy both sides of Thomas Jefferson.
Oh yeah. Well, that's when I got into the Terror, because it's the fandom on, like, literally it was the fandom on Tumblr, and I was like, this is hysterical. And like the Terror is, we don't know a lot about most of the people who are portrayed in the Terror. And a lot of it is, as they call it, nominative determinism. So like there's a character named Harry Goodsir. Real person. Everybody kind of dies when they're supposed to die historically, but there's so much we don't know about the Franklin expedition that this is based off of. But like, of course, he's how we call it, the world's least terrible British man, whose name is like Goodsir.
Yeah. Episode
2, I think, is called Gore, and there's a character in it named Graham Gore. Guess what happens to this man in this horror series? So there's like a lot of that, a lot of just like the person who wrote it, Dan Simmons, I think, is the author who wrote the original book, just like taking names, just going like, there you go.
There you go. Because like, yeah, who's gonna say otherwise if you weren't there?
Yeah, most of these people were just like poor dudes who like were like, okay, I guess I'll go join the military and join the Navy, like whatever. So anyway, yeah. So the nails that I did, the lesbian Terror nails that I did, was based off general things that I see on Tumblr. But like here's the situation, just like distilled down by Theo freaking Bell on Tumblr, posted this. A couple of weeks ago, I saw someone's header with a lesbian flag and what I thought were two slightly older butch ladies, and I clicked on it, intrigued, thinking it was like a historical photo, and maybe it was some lesbian hikers or something, their little backpacks out in the wilderness. It was Fitzjames and Crozier from The Terror, the Franklin Expedition guys, the Arctic Horror Cannibalism show with the lesbian flag. I love this freaking website.
Yes. If that's not Pride, I don't know what it is.
Yeah. The best part was I was kind of worried about wearing them to Pride. I haven't been to Pride since I was under 21. And I am now 38. I'm not 28. And I feel like at the time my nails would not have been as readily accepted. But this time, everybody who found out what they were just like, oh my God, that's amazing.
It's the age of the internet.
It really is. The kids are all right, and they love my nails, which makes them even better. So yeah. I did that. That was great. What else did I do? Oh, a lot of people did gender fluid nail art.
Oh, yours came out so beautiful.
Thank you. Mine very much looked like kind of spacey, and which was not the intention, but I'm happy. I'm happy to accept.
Yeah. No, definitely like a celestial lightning storm is kind of the vibe that ended up coming out. Fluid art, that's the best part of fluid art, is you have very little control, and it's going to be different every time. And I don't know. For a while there, I feel like fluid art was really, really popular, and I kind of got sick of it. But it's been long enough, and I'm ready for it to come back. So maybe I will also do some fluid art at some point.
Yes, you should. I mean, I love fluid art. It's so simple to do. It looks so impressive, and yet it's like it's just an easy thing to do. As long as you have the right ratio of hair serum to top coat. But yeah, it was a funny Ouroboros eating its tail kind of effect, because the two people who did the fluid art, I know at least one of them used my tutorial to do the fluid art, Jeremy, Acculid Nails. And I'm pretty sure Bee's Claws did too, who was like the original person I saw do it. And so it was kind of like, I was inspired by them, so I credited them. They were inspired by me. And we're just going in a circle.
I didn't do a whole lot of specific Pride manicures, but I did do a lot of rainbows because I bought 2 rainbow collections from Plus Life Lacquer, and actually I have a 3rd rainbow collection on the way from Tyler's Trinkets that I'm really excited about. So I was doing lazy gradients all over the place and just using every one of these polishes as much as possible. They're so much fun. So if you haven't watched any reviews of the Minecraft jellies from Plus Life, go check them out. Their colors are absolutely gorgeous, and they blend really nicely, and they're full of bar glitters, so they're very hairy, and I love that.
We love a bar glitter. I used to hate bar glitters when I was a kid, but that time is done.
Mm-hmm. No, it is the age of the bar glitters for me. For
yes,
sure.
This is the dawning of the age of the bar glitters. Oh, I want to congratulate Danny. Danny, you got like an award. You got like a recognition from the state of Texas.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I did, and it came with some monetary benefits, which is
heck
always welcome. Because like, oh, a title, that's nice. Oh, you gonna pay me for the title? Oh, yes, I do accept. Yeah, that was awesome. You know, it was a scary year career-wise, switching schools in the middle of the school year, which is not something I am okay with, to be completely honest. I don't like that. I feel like I abandoned my kids a little bit. But I settled into a new job and really loved it, and then it ended up getting this recognition from the state of Texas for the work I've done, and it's like, oh, senpai noticed me. Somebody's paying attention. So that felt really good. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm impressed that Texas even does that, since I have very low expectations.
Yeah. So I know I'm a little all over the place here. Sorry about that. But in the 4 months we've been absent, I've really fallen in love with TikTok. I always knew I would love TikTok, but I didn't want to put in the work to get the algorithm to get to know me, you know? But yeah, it has really opened my eyes, because obviously there's teachers talking about their experiences on TikTok. I didn't realize how bad it is to teach in Texas compared to other states until I started seeing some of these videos and stuff, and I was like, oh boy. But yeah, no, it's literally called the Teacher Incentive Program or something like that. It's to try and retain good teachers. So I think maybe instead of like this weird reward system, they should just like fix the problems and pay us more in general. But I'll take what I can get right now.
Yeah. Make teaching lucrative and competitive and desirable. Yeah. And perhaps you'll get better teachers.
Yeah, that's that capitalism they're always going on about. Anyway, I don't want to go into that.
But yeah, I just want to bring it up because that's something that I was so proud of. I have literally told so many people just in my everyday life, like, did you know that my podcast partner and friend Danny?
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you. I'm very proud of your teaching. I wish I could do anything except for say weird stuff on the internet. But you know, I do my best at that.
At this point, that's what I do too, just with a filter. So
that's true. But yeah, we just have one more thing, and we're gonna take a break after this. But we just want to fill you in on every single thing that's happening. There's another reason we did take a little break, and I was planning on taking a little break because back in April I was supposed to have surgery. And that was a big reason that the lost episode did not air, is because I was explaining the surgery I was supposed to be having. And the surgery was weight loss surgery. And I am 100% body positive. Absolutely. I've seen a lot of articles recently that are like, can body positivity and weight loss drugs exist in the same sphere? And it's like, yeah, absolutely they can.
Of course they can.
Yeah, of course they can. Well, you know, people sometimes, I don't know, they've always had weird ideas about weight, and especially people who don't struggle with it. Like, everybody has issues with their body. Almost every single person does. And I'm not here to tell anybody who's skinnier than me that they didn't have issues with their weight or whatever. But it is bonkers the things that people will say to me, because like, I will tell you, I am extremely, extremely overweight. Like more so than most people. If you think you're overweight, I'm probably twice as heavy as you. Probably. But yeah, and like the things that people say, sometimes I have to be like, I have to lay down the law and be like, I weigh this much. How much did you weigh when you were at your heaviest? And like, you know, one time it was like 130 pounds, and it's like,
oh, sit down.
I'm not saying that you don't have issues that deserve to be recognized. I'm just saying, like, don't tell me, you know, what I'm going through, because you fit into seats.
Yeah.
You know, like you can physically walk places. Like, that's the thing, is that I have gotten to a point where I use a walker to get around. A lot of times if I am in public and I need to sit on a chair, it's either too small, or actually when I was on my way to to PBE 2-3 years ago, however long that was, I broke a chair at a restaurant. They had one of those like C-shaped chairs, and it just like went back. So it's like I am facing like actual physical repercussions where I cannot move, I cannot fit, I cannot walk, things like that from my weight. And so I was going to get weight loss surgery, because I was like, I'm not for doing this unless like you need to for your health. And I need to for my health.
I do want to emphasize that that was not a light decision on your part. It took you months, if not years, to come to that decision. So I don't think anyone should be flippant about it. And especially if you're not in that situation and you're looking at someone who, you know, is thinking about getting the surgery and just being like, well, just, you know, like what harm could it do? A lot, actually.
A lot. It can kill you.
Yeah.
It can kill you. So many different things happened. Basically, first off, I have United Healthcare. And we all know that's a very beloved company that no one has any strong feelings about. Luigi Mangione loves United Healthcare. But anyway, point is that a very beloved company. I was literally one day away from getting a filter placed in my artery. It's my artery or my vein? No, my vein. I needed an IVC filter because I've had a blood clot in my leg before, and so they wanted to make sure it didn't go into my heart. But that in itself, if that goes wrong, it could kill me, that thing. But they didn't want to do surgery until I did that. I was one day away from getting that, and 2 weeks away from getting my surgery. And I got a call from my doctor's office. Hi, so your insurance wants to wait another year to do your thing. You're not approved until you're a year away from your psych evaluation. So we'll see you in a year. And I had already done several, like all of my tests, everything, including stuff I had to go under for. Going under, every time you go under for a procedure, there's a risk you're not going to wake back up again.
Yeah.
And they were just like, sorry, we can't do it. And I'm like, what?
Madness.
What?
Absolute madness.
Absolute madness. So then, like, I got my official letter when my letter said that that it was not medically necessary for me to have this weight loss. And this is after I tried to get the weight loss medication. And while I was getting prepared for this surgery, I had a bunch of doctors be like, well, why don't you just do the medication? And I'm like, I have been denied. Look, I understand. Y'all think that I just want to lose a little weight for vanity. 425 pounds isn't very heavy. But no, actually, I would like it for my health. Actually,
I want to like feel better and live an easier life.
Yeah. Like, it's to the point where it's like exercising is so hard that like if I try to go do something with my friends and be like, I'm going to have fun and exercise. No, I'm going to be out on like my bed for like 3 days after, because my body can't handle itself. It just can't, support itself. And now I have the walker, which has been a game changer, but it's like, yeah, they wouldn't even give me these meds. I wasn't allowed to have these meds until they were giving them to me to prep for the surgery. That was when they would allow me to. So yeah, like they denied the surgery. I fought back. They did undeny the surgery. But by that time, all of this stuff was happening with the Trump administration. And I realized I was getting a surgery that was going to make my stomach so much smaller. My likelihood of becoming dehydrated so much higher. And also, like, you can get very sick just from eating foods in the wrong order, the wrong kind of foods. And I'm like, and with, the tariffs, with what people were saying were going to be like massive, empty shelves, which, like, so far we haven't really seen, but like,
yeah, thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
But it's not the time to take risks. At least in that regard.
Yeah, like the surgery could kill me outright, and it could kill me in the long run, given these things. So I just don't feel safe enough to be able to do that. So I am on the drugs now. I am on the drugs. It's slow going, but it is going. But yeah, so it was that. If it wasn't for DBT, I might still just be like depressed in bed about this. Like, it was so devastating. I had made so many plans. So many things were put on hold because I was like, I just gotta wait until I get the surgery because it's gonna be like a long recovery. And just to be like literally just a phone call being like, we'll see you in a year. Like, what? Like, what? It was so devastating, and I'm glad I didn't get the surgery. I am glad I didn't get the surgery because I made the decision not to in the end. And if they were going to pull this stuff about the surgery, like, who knows what other stuff they were going to pull later when I needed help with other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and if I get denied for my meds, like, that I have now, I will gain the weight back, but better than being dead.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
So that's other thing that, yeah. And there's been a few other things in my life that that followed the same trajectory. So it's been very hard. But we are surviving, and I hope y'all are surviving too.
You're surviving, and more than that, you're still giving back and you're still doing good. And that should be commended. So thank you again, Steph.
Thank you. I'm doing my best. I'm doing the best I can. And yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'm trying. So that exciting diatribe. Let's hit the cuticle break. Let's oil our cutes. And when we come back, we have some audience questions.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. Hey everyone, it's Stephanie, and it feels so good to be back here in the cuticle break, and even better to tell you that this Sunday is Polish Pickup Bingo. So please join Danny and I on Sunday the 27th at 4 p.m. PST on the Fanaticure Twitch or YouTube channel for a night of good laughs and bad financial decisions. We're hoping they finally bring back the 2024 Christmas ornaments. I also want to say thank you to everyone who donated to our Trans Lifeline fundraiser, especially to our two special Susans who matched our first $500 and then another $630 on top of that. Together we raised a total of $1,809.69. Nice. And now, back to the show. All right, we are back. We are moisturized. We are in our lane. We are thriving. I have oiled my cuticles for the first time in don't ask. Sorry I brought it up. And we are ready for audience questions. Danny, what do we got?
Our first audience question is from T3PO, or Tonya, or Nerd Loves Bees on Discord. On a recent podcast, Stephanie mentioned that she likes foils better than chromes. What's the difference between foils, chromes, metallics, and pearls? Is this a dumb question? To answer your second question, no. It's a great
question. We love you. No. Well, I will start by saying metallic is an umbrella term for many of these things. But Danny, I feel like what is your take on this?
I would agree with that. Metallics is basically anything, that looks like metal, semi-reflective, not different from an iridescent, which is much more dependent on, or actually very dependent on the color that it's over top of. Metallics are going to be whatever color they are, no matter what the base polish is. So really what this is about cut. So like a foil, you can see the pieces, you can see the individual shards of the foil. I don't actually know, what is it made out of?
I mean, I think that it is metal. I think that the foil. I think that all of these are actually metal, because it's like hard to make a metal thing that's not actually metal and easy to make it from metal. So why wouldn't you?
Just ridiculously thin. Like a tinsel or something like that. So like just really, really, really thin metal. But with foils, you can actually see the pieces. Chrome's it's like really fine pigment.
Yeah.
That has that shine to it. Again, almost reflective. I don't think there is a true mirror reflective chrome in nail polish form. There might be in like gels or really specialty stuff, but they'll get as close as they can. And pearls are basically just an incorporated shimmer, right?
Yeah. I feel like you can have kind of like a metallic pearl, and I think that like a pearl finish. Now, we're not nail polish experts in the industry.
I don't make nail polish.
We're not out here with our suitcase full of examples selling pigments to like people that, so this is kind of like our interpretation. But my interpretation of a pearl finish is almost like a creamier finish.
Yeah.
Like almost like it's almost like a frosted metallic, but also I think pearl finishes can be not metallic as well.
Pearls are, and I think pearl in my mind has a little bit of a bad reputation because the formulas do tend to be patchy and streaky.
Yeah.
And I think it is because of that incorporated pearlescent pigment, the shimmer, it's basically like a pearl shimmer, and it tends to not play that well with polishes. I do think they're pretty, but if you're willing to put on 3 or 4 coats and maybe even sponge on the last coat so you don't get all those streaky lines, and I don't have time for that.
Yeah. And there are like polishes that kind of ride the line, like that I wouldn't call a foil, but also aren't a pearl, that are just kind of, and also aren't a chrome, that are just like metallic.
Yeah.
That I would just call a metallic shimmer. All the ones I can think of right now that come to mind are Orly, so I don't want to necessarily name names, but like, it can be a little, those ones also can be a little bit streaky, but like, if you're just like, this is a silver nail polish, that's probably what you're thinking of, is just like this general metallic. But like with chromes, they're trying to replicate the look of a chrome. And kind of the better those get, the worse that they work for nail polish. Like Palo Taco had that way back chrome set that they didn't have top coats, or they weren't supposed to be used with top coat. And were they particularly resistant? Like they probably chipped easily. And
yeah, so the Holo Tacos Chrome collection, I think they did a good job. I think they made as close to a chrome as you can in a nail polish formula. And it was recommended, to wear it without top coat because it would dull it. But honestly, I tried it out and it dulled it so little that you can use a top coat. It's fine. But you also want to apply it very carefully, where it's the less brush strokes you do, the better, because it's very finicky. It dries very fast and it'll start like pulling on itself and getting all messed up. That's the thing about chrome formulas, is they will show any little mistake.
Any little mistake. Absolutely.
But they're really pretty.
And like back in ye olden times, Simply Nailogical definitely tried out like this like pure chrome nail polish that also they didn't want you to use a top coat with, and it lasted like less than a night.
Yeah.
For her. And I see that too. There's like chrome pens in like mini painting, but like once you apply them, you like cannot, they're not durable at all. And in gel polish, they do have the chrome powders that you buff on.
Yes.
And they make like as close to a mirror chrome as you can get on your nail. And people say that you can use them with regular polish as long as you use like a water-based top coat on top of them. So like a smudge-free top coat. I haven't tried it with the People's top coat, which is like the only smudge-free I'd ever recommend. But when I tried it with a different one, it was bad. I did not like it, and it felt gross, and 0 out of 10 would not try again.
Yeah.
But I have used the gel version, like just with other stuff. Like I did a fake kintsugi repair on a statue a while back. And I used the chrome powder with, gel nail polish stuff to fix this statue. And it turned out great. That was great.
Yeah. So all the nails, no. On your random broken statues around your house? Yes.
Yes, very much so.
All that being said, I love a multi-chrome. Like, I know there's only so many pigments out there, but I really do enjoy them. And that's where they're very shifty. So this incorporated chrome color, this pigment can shift from one color to another. And I love that. I'm not as big of a fan of foils.
Yes, foils is that I'm a big fan of. And I like foils when you can still see the particles, but they are very, very, very small. I always use the example of Trixie by Zoya. Another example is all of the ultra metallics from ILNP. They come in so many different colors. They're so gorgeous. But yeah, Trixie by Zoya is just, if you wear it, you will become a believer, in my opinion. It's just so metal, and it's not chrome, but it looks like your nails are made of silver.
Yeah. Foils honestly get you closer to that look than chromes. So even though you will see the particles and the effect will still be kind of broken up, you'll get more reflection out of it versus a chrome pigment.
Yeah. And I'm not a big fan. A lot of people love the Holo Taco foil formula. I have never liked it. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't hate it. And Linry loves to gloat because she got me to retry one of them on stream, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is actually really pretty. And they are, but compared to like the other formulas, it's not my first pick. That being said, I will pick a foil over the glitter formula any day, and I know I'll get hate for that because yeah, the glitters are really gorgeous, but I don't like it. It's too chunky. It's too lumpy.
They're very chunky.
I don't have time for that.
The chunk and the lump. Yeah. Ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah, I will admit, when I'm wearing a Holo Taco foil, I only have one Holo Taco foil because from the pictures, I was like, I hate those. And when everybody's cold shoulder, which is the one that I hated the most, was getting all green and gross, I felt like, for no reason, I felt so just like, yeah, see, it sucks. Suffer for your hubris.
Holo Taco has reformulated their foils, and the new formula I do like quite a bit. But again, when it comes down to it, it's not my favorite formula out there, but it is really pretty.
They're very shiny.
Yeah. I hope we answered that.
Yeah. Feel free to drop in on one of our streams, and we can discuss, and we can have the audience participate as well.
Mm-hmm. Always happy to swatch stuff out for people.
Yeah.
Our next question comes from Short Nail Arts. Science has discovered how to make the perfect glitters that lay flat and can be made any size and shape. What toppers would you like to see? As an example, when watching Steph do a pizza mani, I was imagining a topper with tiny mushrooms, olives, onions, bell peppers, etc. That's perfect. That's all we need. I just want the pizza.
I want that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Because to be completely honest, they already make glitters of all sorts of different shapes and sizes. In fact, when I was shopping for Tyler's trinkets and I was just kind of shopping around the website, they do have a whole section of little bags of glitters, unincorporated and polished, that you can buy in all sorts of shapes, mostly hearts and stars and rainbows and the big red balloon.
They have horseshoes?
I don't know if they had the horseshoes. But yeah, you can already buy a bunch of different cool glitters and use them, so that's really fun. But one of the glitters that's on there is the skull and crossbone glitter that has popped up a few times. And I just see a weird, like a big-headed baby. Right? I
Me
just
too.
see a big-headed baby with weird little arms and legs because the face of the skull isn't punched out. It's literally just like a blob with an X design, and it's supposed to be a skull and crossbones, but no, it's so funky. So I guess if I get to pick a glitter, it'd be a proper skull and crossbone. But I would really only use it like once or maybe twice a year, and that would be about it.
Yeah, that's such a good choice because remember I got that Ember Lacquer Old Brown Eye.
Yeah.
And it had the skull and crossbones, and I literally was like, I was on stream, and I was like, and it has little people in it. I don't get it.
They look
And
like
somebody
little
was like, that's a
people.
skull and crossbones.
It's not though.
But it's not actually.
It's not. Yeah, so I'm thinking for mine, honestly, mostly foods, like little bananas, little apples,
Aw.
like fun, just fun little shapes. Because I don't use glitters all that often. I will say one of my favorite funky glitters is from KB Shimmer. It's their leopard spot one, and it has those weird horseshoe leopard spot shapes. That's a cool glitter. That's really fun. But again, I think I've used it once.
I regret so much not buying that because at the time I still do have beef with KB Shimmer, but it has simmered. We've sizzled. It's seared. It's cooling. It's cooling on the counter. But she now gets a PSL voice in every bingo. So that's the punishment. That's the revenge. But anyway, at the time I was like, I can't buy that, and now I just like I don't care anymore. So I'm like, I wish I had just bought it. And if you got one, I'll buy it from you, honestly. But yeah, that one's super cute. Wendy did give me a different one that has leopard spots in it and is very cute. Wendidamus always out there getting me what I need. She also gave me a Sassy Cats.
Your hookup. You need something,
She's
you
my
call
hookup.
Wendy.
She's my girl. Absolutely. I freaking love Wendy. But anyway, that's Wendidamus, by the way, if you don't know who Wendy is. She's on Instagram. She does streaming sometimes. She's on YouTube sometimes. We love her. But here, listen to my concept, because we have been deprived. Mm-hmm. We have been lied to. We deserve justice. We need an actual, honest to goodness, good looking bat glitter.
Yes.
Bat glitter.
Yes. No, I completely agree. Because you know what? Short Nail Art says, like, any shape and size. I actually want, like, smaller glitters. So, like, the bats, if they were smaller, I think would actually, like, fit on a nail and translate a little bit better. I have a couple of polishes with, like, snowflake glitters in it, and those are really pretty, but, like, they're big. It's hard to get them on the nail. But yeah, you're right. We need proper bats.
Yeah. I mean, I want the bats to be bigger, and the thing I really want is for them to be thicker, like up and down, not like back to front, like, because the ones that came in Kelly's like box, their Halloween box a bajillion years ago, or just 2 years ago, those ones, like, they were so thin that, like, you couldn't even see them on your brush.
They just look like mustaches.
Like, they do look like mustaches, which is fantastic, but they don't look enough like mustaches. And they don't look anything like a bat.
Yeah, I want more definition in the wings. I want to tell what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So I want that. I would love to see you said skull and crossbones, and one of the things that came to mind would be like a big one that you could use as like a decal in itself on your nail if it could sit flat. Oh boy.
I was actually just thinking that too. You basically using giant glitters as decals. Giant bar glitters, because I hate striping tape, and I've seen nail art looks. If you're crazy like our good friend Kadachi, you could just make your own striping tape out of polishes. Have y'all seen this? We're gonna link it below for you. She's going through like all the Holotako collections, weaving them, literally basket weaving on her nails with polish. I'm not willing to do that, but if I had like giant, very thin, flexible glitters already cut down to size that I could do nail art with, that sounds better. Because if you ever worked with striping tape, I don't know what it is about getting it off the little roll. It's absolute torture.
Yeah. Kadachi is, let me take a moment to just like ogle and just like sit here and be like, I just love Kadachi so much, because I really, really do.
Yes.
Kadachi is just one of those people that just came into my life, into our life, and I was like, she's so unassuming. She's so unassuming. And then you go on her Instagram and it's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I remember she was one of the first people who followed me on Twitch. One of the absolute first. She was there like probably from like day 3 or something in my Twitch stream. And I just like remember I was like talking to this person, whatever. I never know who people are at first. Vexed Lacquer came in. You can probably find them on Instagram. You can find them, but you're probably already following them. They're incredibly talented, and they had a slightly different name. And then I figured out who they were, and I was just like, I had been like talking like they didn't know stuff, and they knew stuff.
They know stuff.
They knew stuff. And that's always me. So if you're in there and you're like, I'm the best nail artist in the world, and I'm like, well, I don't know if you know, but you can put polish on a brush and apply it to your hand.
Whoa.
Whoa. Then I apologize in advance. That's just how I am as a person. But anyway, Kadachi was the same. I was like, Kadachi's just in there. And then I looked and found her Instagram, and it was just like, holy cannoli, you are so good. And I remember like the day that she came in, and I was like, Kadachi! And they're like, what did I do?
Why didn't you tell me you were amazing?
Yeah. She's like, I'm just doing my nails like anybody else. Like, no, you're not. You're doing your nails like a dang genius.
Exactly. I'm trying to think, like, any other funky glitters.
Big long snake.
Big long snake, little, a little bit of everything.
Yeah. I just want a big long snake. Pride flags. Colored pride flags.
Yes. No, that's actually, that would be awesome. Little already colored in pride flags would make life a lot easier.
Please steal our ideas. If you can make these things happen and you can make them sit right on the hand, if you can make, I don't know, make some curved glitter. Make some glitter that's like a little, you don't want it to be too curved. A little pre-curved glitter, perhaps.
Yeah, that lays nicely on the nail. Yes, please.
Yes, please. These are up for grabs. We're not going to make them.
No.
Shoot. We're busy.
Yeah. I don't have time to punch glitters out of a sheet of metal or however glitter is made. I'm kind of looking at my toppers right now, trying to figure out like, what do I feel like I'm missing? Because like Cirque's come out with some really fun little glitters. They have the little lips and butterflies and stuff like that.
Their pride glitters are always so good.
Yeah. So there's a lot of great glitters out there already. But yeah, any sort of little fun shapes. Little animals, little bones. Halloween, I think, would be the best. But honestly, Short Nail Arts, you already designed the perfect one. Pizza toppings.
The pizza. Pizza.
That's all I want.
Yeah, I really want the topper that you were describing. I want it so bad.
Yes.
Little onions. I love onions so much.
I want to put them on my nails.
I want to put them on my nails. I want to put them on my food. Everything. Beautiful. Danny, this was a lovely catch-up episode.
Yes. It was so nice to be back. I hope that you guys are excited, and we're excited to be back, and look forward to us seeing you again real soon. I promise.
Yes. We had a whole lot of ideas, then we realized, let's just get the podcast back. Let's just get the podcast back. Exactly. Let's just give the people the podcast.
Thank you all so much for listening. Please check out our YouTube channel and leave a comment with your favorite moment, a story to share, and of course, any questions you'd like us to answer in future episodes.
Be sure to check out Danny and I on Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. I am Fanatic here. She is Danny Shout. Join us next time when we talk about our favorite Wrath Month flags and the nails we did inspired by them.
Stay lacquered.